how much should a CEO focus on climate? I mean, this really speaks to shareholder capitalism versus stakeholder capitalism, a controversial topic these days.
Well, the whole ESG thing is controversial, and there's the E and the S and the G. I'm not an expert on the S and the G and can't speak to that. But on the E, I'm not sure it needs to be controversial. Good CEOs have always been looking around the corner for what is the next big transition that's happening in society, and what openings does that create for profit-making enterprise. This transition to clean energy is going to make the whole explosion of the internet look like a kid's lemonade stand. There are going to be huge profit-making opportunities. There's some vulnerabilities as well. I mean, I think the CEOs that don't get it are going to be case studies in business schools, not in a good way. But those that do get it are going to be able to reap huge profits. I would say in any sector, if a CEO isn't thinking about this, it's malpractice. And that's from an economic standpoint, forgetting about the need for our children and grandchildren and having a planet that can survive.
I understand you wanted to split off the E from the S and G. Nevertheless, Fred, it seems that these state attorneys general, plural, that are going after Wall Street firms like BlackRock, part of it is about the environment and about them pressuring oil companies, for instance. Are you concerned about this polarization affecting the work that you do?
Look, Andy, I am concerned. There are legitimate critics raising real issues about ESG, and then there are the politicians trying to score political points. I'll tell you this, if I were running a business that was going to be put under restrictions in one of these states, asking CEOs to put a blinder on climate change, I would get out of that state and do business somewhere else, because it's irresponsible, as I said earlier, to be in any business now without addressing both the vulnerabilities, but the risks of flooding if you're in real estate or have a business in many parts of the country, unfortunately, or the opportunities, which are legion.